Oil prices are up again. U.S. lost 4.1 million days of work last month to strikes, and Hunter Biden is suing the IRS. These are the top 3 headlines in this week's weekly business brief. First up, oil prices rise on supply deficit concerns. We got a problem with oil prices. If you haven't been to the gas pump lately and you haven't been watching those numbers are ticking up, robbing middle class of their wealth. Oil prices rose on Tuesday for a 4th consecutive session as weak U.S. shale output spurred further concerns about a supply deficit stemming from extended production cuts by Saudi Arabia and Russia. One thing that, whether you liked him or not liked him, was President Trump. He had us independent energy. We were independent of energy when it came to oil. So I think we all must agree that while President Trump was our president, he did make us energy independent. And as this article continues to go on, it says prices have gained for 3 consecutive weeks and both benchmarks are around 10 months highs. Okay, U.S. oil output from top shale producing regions is on track to fall 9.3 million barrels per day. Fall, guys. This is on the opposite side. Not produce more, produce less, which means if they produce less, that means demand stays the same and prices go up. Supply demand. The lowest level since May of 2022, the U.S. Energy Information Administration said on Monday. It will have fallen 3 months in a row. Saudi Arabian Energy Minister Prince Salman on Monday defended OPEC cuts to oil supply, saying international energy markets need light-handed regulation to limit volatility, while also warning about the uncertainty demand from the Chinese, European growth, and central bank action to tackle inflation. Now, this is interesting. The Feds are increasing interest rates to tackle inflation. Prices of gas is going up. So I wonder what the inflation numbers are going to look like next month in October when they come out. The leadership in our country, regardless of who's in office, has one responsibility, and is to look out for the American people first and make sure that American people are not being robbed of their wealth and that inflation is not eating us up. Next up, workers' strike in the U.S. are at the highest point since the year 2000, with 4.1 million days lost in August due to labor activism. This August, 4.1 million workers were lost to strike and lockouts, according to analysis from Labor Department data by the Wall Street Journal. Compared to August, the monthly total of days lost to strikes since 2000 has not even come close to half of the levels we've seen this summer, never rising over 2 million. The Hollywood writers, you guys remember about those guys? Those guys are still on strike. Has fueled the peak in lost workdays, but major strike action has also been ongoing across the transportation sector, the service industry, and in education. The increased action comes as a rising cost of living has exacerbated the pressure of decades of stagnant wages. Frustrated as their companies make record profits and CEO exec salaries rise, unions have been seeking higher pay and improved benefits and working conditions. Here's the thing about this, man. This is legit. Workers need to be taken care of. I agree that there needs to be some sort of meeting and increasing working class people's wages. People need to get paid. Interest rates are up. Housing is through the roof. Food is through the roof. Inflation is insane right now. How can the average American, afford to take care of their family, take care of their kids, put the kids through school, pay for education, pay for the household, pay for a mortgage, pay for rent, pay for electric, pay for insurance? All this stuff is up. And yet, a lot of these big companies are increasing pay for the CEOs, and the guys doing all the work are not getting compensated as well. I believe the CEOs should get compensated. However, the little guys need to eat. The labor action has had some success over the summer. UPS secured a 5-year contract giving 340,000 employees a $2.75 hourly pay increase and heat safety protections, per NBC News. But in Hollywood, strikes are going as writers fight against changes to the industry created by streaming revolution and seek greater protection against encroachment of AI on their jobs. This is a threat for them, man. Lastly, Hunter Biden, the recently indicted son of President Biden, sued the IRS, claiming agents intentionally made his private tax return public. Those agents have targeted and sought to embarrass Mr. Biden by disclosing confidential information about his private tax matters to the media, the president's son alleged in a civil suit in the federal court in Washington, D.C. Biden wants a court to declare the IRS unlawfully revealed his tax information and award him $1,000 in damages for each unauthorized disclosure. The lawsuit comes days after Biden, 53, was indicted on 3 criminal counts related to his possession of a handgun. Should he be held accountable just like you and I are held accountable for his actions. Let us know what you think. And this has been your weekly business brief. I'll see you guys next week. And remember to like and subscribe to the channel to keep up with the latest business updates. Peace.